You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious!
Just finishing off the shout-outs, Don. We couldn't forget michaelchristianmenswear.com. Now, could I just tell you, Don, that the signature caps with your signature and mine on them are they are gold. They are gold. They're like nuggets. And Mick's hard-pressed to get the sweatshop people over in Indonesia making them quick enough for us to sell. No, he doesn't.
Hang on, what about the signatures? Are they real?
They're real.
Or they're being forged over in China?
Not in China.
Where?
No, he sends the caps here and we sign them, you know that.
Oh, do we?
And Don, the caps are made elsewhere, but they're embroidered in Tasmania.
Right. And what about the signatures? I'm more interested in those.
Yeah, I know. Yep, they're real.
Are they?
Well, I've seen you signing them.
Oh, have you?
Have you seen me signing them?
No.
Well, I sign them.
Do you?
Who do you think signs my name?
After last week going to the doctor, I find it hard to believe anything you say.
Yeah, no, I went to the doctor last week.
Didn't.
Yes, I did.
Jeez, I was up at bloody 5:30 to
No,
get
I
here
went
for
to the
you.
doctor. Now, Don.
Yes.
So, Michael Christian Menswear, the polo shirts with "You Cannot Be Serious," beautiful shirts for Father's Day or Mother's Day
Hang
or
on,
Christmas.
is this an advertisement?
We're trying to. He has invested money in. Not we don't get any, and I'm not sure Mick gets any because that's what he told the tax
why would
department.
he be doing it for?
Pardon?
Why would Mick be doing it for?
Because he likes to keep his hand in. He likes the podcast, and it's his.
Why doesn't he get off his ass and go and sell his wife's biscuits? She makes beautiful Anzacs, and she wraps them up in cellophane and a little bow. These could be sold at all the gift shops down around Devonport, Launceston.
When he comes over, they're beautiful, those biscuits.
Oh, they're
Do you know
magic.
why? Because they're soft.
Well, good boy. I hate hard
Oatmeal soft Anzac biscuits.
And I hate those hard
Maybe
Anzacs.
if they buy a hat with your signature and mine on
They get a biscuit.
it, they get a little packet of biscuits in cellophane.
Do you know how the Anzacs came about?
What's that, Don?
The Anzac biscuits, do you know how they came about?
Oh,
They were
not
sent
really.
across to the soldiers in Europe in the First World War.
Yeah.
And they didn't go off because they were made of honey
Mick's
and
missus
oats.
send them over, the Ayatollah?
No, you idiot. The First World War, 1915. That's how they came about.
Gallipoli.
Well, wherever in the
Gallipoli.
the trenches in France, Gallipoli,
The
wherever the Australians were fighting,
Vietnam?
the Anzac biscuits went there. They were baked at home and sent over. That's why they're called Anzacs.
Oh, really, Don? I wonder if the Ayatollah, that's Mick's missus.
Was she around in 1915?
I don't know. Looks like Mick looks like he's been around since 1915. Anyhow, so we're now he wanted me to give a shout out. This is the reason I'm saying this to John Flindell. I know it sounds silly. John Flindell,
And he's making a lot of these names.
He works at the Cataract Gorge.
Oh, that's where he goes walking.
That's something to do with your eyes, isn't it?
No,
Cataract.
the Cataract Gorge is down in Launceston.
Why would it
That's
be
where
called
he goes
cataract?
walking, Mick.
Why would it be called cataract?
I don't know. Look, obviously, it's a big ravine or something along that line.
Ravine.
You know, a big waterfall,
Yeah.
cataract, you know.
Cataract Gorge. So John
Cataracts, aren't
Flindell,
they?
he's from the Cataract Gorge. I don't know. Does he go swimming there? Why would he? Is that a place? Anyhow, so we're giving him a shout out, and this is a final.
What's he do at the Cataract Gorges?
I don't know. He just said John Flindell from the Cataract Gorge. He loves the podcast, and he can.
He might be a lifesaver when
now,
people
and he's
fall
got
in.
caps and he's got a polo shirt.
Who?
Now this is an advertisement. I'm giving this as a plug. At the Veneto Club, do you know where the Veneto?
Yeah, out in Bulleen.
Exactly. On the 25th of June, which is a Sunday.
You haven't got another show out there?
I'm accompanying. Have a guess who is the main speaker?
Well, oh, geez, I don't know.
I tell you what, they'll sell the joint out.
Don't do
Rex.
Bullshit.
Rex Hunt is the headline speaker. I'm out there.
What are you doing out there?
I'm out there to introduce him, and if he gets a bit nervous,
wound up.
Well, wound up because he hasn't done it for a while, but he will. I reckon they'll come from everywhere to hear Rex speak.
Rex. Why don't you take him down to your show at the Rosebud Hotel? because they're selling tickets down there
No,
on the 16th.
this is
This is the 16th of July, isn't it? The 13th, Thursday,
Don.
the 13th of July, Rosebud Pub.
If you want to be entertained,
Why don't you take Rex down there, because they're charging $360 to have a photo with you? Who organised
I
this?
don't know, Don. I just got asked.
Not
I
your
got
mate
asked
Ricky
to go
Nixon.
out to the
Did Nixon organise this Rosebud thing?
I don't know.
If he counted the money.
And I'm getting paid. Does it say that?
Well, you wouldn't be doing it for drinks.
Shut up, Don. I'm going to the Veneto Club to compare a show out there at Bulleen on the 25th of June. If you want to be entertained, not by me, by Rex. Because Rex, whether you like it or not, or you would like it, for 2 decades was the premier caller of football in Australia, and he's a great fishing expert, and he has Sir Anthony Hopkins converses with him regularly, Tyson Fury, he has Clint Eastwood, he has all those people.
I'm glad he's got those, because he's left me alone for a couple of months.
Well, because he's back on track now.
Is he?
And he's
Good.
back, and you're going to see how much he is back on track, because he's going to be speaking at the Veneto Club. And I'm going,
What's he going to talk about?
God, no, our Lord knows. I have no idea. It'll be interesting to go. I tell you what, I would book quickly now if you want to be entertained, because anything could happen. He might just self-detonate.
I'm just reading this ad for you down at the
don't
shut up, the Rosebud Hotel. If you purchase a meal, you get a free drink. What happens if you want to have more than one drink?
What was that, son?
Purchase a meal and receive a free drink.
Yeah, well,
every
what's wrong with that?
Wednesday for lunch and dinner in the bistro.
How much is a pot of beer these days?
Well, I don't care, but what happens if you wanted to have a couple of drinks, say 3 drinks? That means you've got to eat 3 meals?
What?
Well, it says here, purchase a meal and receive a free drink.
Okay, well
that's at your night.
Well, I'm sure that if you purchase
The 13th
3
of
meals, they'll give you
July.
3 drinks.
How are the tickets going down there?
How
They've
would I
got
know?
photo packages, live music. Shit.
Anyhow,
And the door's open. I
the
can't read.
Veneto Club on the 25th of June. Book now. Get in quickly, because Rex is going to be
Who's taking
the
the photographs?
headline
Is
speaker.
Ricky Nixon taking the photographs of you and whoever wants a photograph with
Ricky,
you?
why do you keep mentioning Ricky?
Well,
Nixon?
he's got to be running this.
I'm going to
haven't been
Ballarat.
paid?
I'm going to Ballarat with Ricky tonight.
Oh,
for
you're
a
joking.
function.
I thought he was living in Mount Gambier.
Oh, he's living everywhere. He's everywhere.
Is
he's
he?
the
He's
chicken,
like Chicken
the
Man.
chicken man. He's everywhere. He's everywhere. Now, Don.
Isn't he called Chicken? Why do they call him Chicken?
Well, either because he was fearful when he played football, he was a bit of a chicken, or he's got
fearful?
a big.
He didn't like the hard stuff.
He's got a big red.
What? Crest or copper?
Now, what do you call that thing on top?
Comb.
Of it? A comb.
He's got a red comb.
A
has
rooster
he?
comb.
Yeah.
A coxcomb, it's called.
A what? No, it's called a comb.
It's called a coxcomb. A coxcomb. A coxcomb.
Tell me, what's a curmudgeon?
A curmudgeon.
I was called that by our friend.
It's a little curmudgeon is a.
It's like a gerbil or gerbil.
Yeah, a little imp or a little.
One of our listeners, who I can't mention, but he's an avid golfer,
Yeah.
is listening over in, I don't know where he's listening, Taiwan or somewhere, Cambodia. Sent me a text.
What, he's living there?
Oh, I don't know what he's doing. He's travelling the world.
Over
And
in
he's an
Thailand.
avid listener to this podcast. And I don't think he was happy with what I said there last week.
A curmudgeon, I've just looked it up,
Yeah, what is it?
is a... it's absolutely you to a T. It says it's a bad-tempered person, especially an old one. It's an old, bad-tempered person, a curmudgeon.
He's an accountant, not a literary.
So this man's over in Thailand,
Yeah,
is
he's travelling the world with his wife.
in Thailand.
Yeah, he's over in Thailand now. I think he's going to Ireland and England and wherever else.
Okay,
A lot
now
of people are travelling at the moment, aren't they?
they are. Can I don't know where Phoebe is. She said she was coming because I wanted to
what's
ask.
her name? Ben's not on today, so that's why she's not here. She
Well,
gives us the arse.
she rang me and said she was coming in.
Oh, she won't. come in.
I was deliberately waiting for this, but I'm going to mention it now in case she doesn't come in. Married at First Sight. They've had a bit of a hiccup.
What?
Mel Shepherd, who is the woman, has had to put off her wedding.
Mel Shepherd.
Because the bloke she was going to marry has got an incurable STD disease. He's got the jack. And
who is Mel Shepherd?
Melissa Shepherd is the girl that was going to marry the groom. Who was going to marry the bloke on Married at First Sight. But the groom, who I don't know what his name is, he's come down with an incurable STD disease. He's got the pox. And he hasn't, so they've had to call the wedding off.
Do you know what they used to do in Vietnam when they had the blackjack? They'd send the soldiers up right up the front of the thing, front line.
And
you didn't come back.
What, Don?
You didn't come back.
Because you had the jack.
Blackjack, that's very, very bad. You don't want to bring that into Australia.
What did they send them up
Vietnam
the front
War.
line for?
Well,
just to get rid of them.
Well, yeah, you're
Don't,
pretty dangerous
you're
up on the front line.
What, do you think they're going to fuck the enemy? What are you talking about?
Well, they get shot, you idiot. Bullets fly everywhere on the front line.
So that's how you eradicate people with the jack?
Well, that's what they were trying.
God, gee, you're a stupid man. You're completely stupid. I was going to ask...
I got that off what are those officers called? CMF officer who was serving over in Vietnam. A lot of atrocities went on over there. They're talking about Afghanistan. God.
Yeah, well, ask Ben Robert Smith that.
Yeah, but I'm telling you about war. We should not... People become very, very basic in war.
They do, Don.
Very, very basic.
Now, tell me, how easy would this be to discover? Why would this be a news item? There's a woman claiming to be the late Harry White's daughter.
Yeah, I saw that.
Well, how easy would it be to decide if she is his daughter? How easy would that be?
You're going to have a lot of trouble when you pass too.
How easy
you're going to have to be in the same boat.
Don,
they'll be coming from everywhere.
Don,
because you're a philanderer.
Don, you're missing the point, you stupid man.
No, I'm not. I'm right on the money.
How easy would it be to decide if Harry White had a daughter? Just get her DNA. That would...
Well, you probably haven't got Harry, so what do you compare it with?
Oh, you haven't got Harry's DNA?
No.
Oh, really? Well, of course they'd have.
What are they going to do when you kick
well, don't worry about me.
Yeah, well, you better give a bit of DNA now.
I can't.
Why?
Oh, yeah, I can. Yeah, no, that's right.
I think you could do and just keep it in a bottle because
right.
they'll be coming out of the woodwork.
Right. Yes, Don.
And they'll all have cases. You know that.
Now, tidy yourself up because...
We've got the Reverend here.
Well, he's not a Reverend, but he's...
Well, he is a man of the cloth, or was.
I told you. I told you to start this early because we don't want to keep him waiting, but I did tell him how fast he's just...
He's on time. He's very anal.
Of course he is. Now... So it'd be easy to decide if Harry White had a daughter who's got a claim to his inheritance, wouldn't it? Just get a DNA. Why would there be a mystery about that?
Hey, listen, talking about jockeys and Harry White, I was watching the races the other day. A lot of these jockeys have got, I think, face cream on now. Is that to protect them against the wind? I mean, they've got this white. I looked at it. I think it was
maybe
Craig,
the sun.
Craig
Have you ever been down to the beach in the summer and seen the zinc cream on people?
The other day in the middle of winter, and they got this face cream.
Well, they keep saying that the ultraviolet rays in winter are just as strong. That's what they keep saying, Don.
They looked anemic.
Now, here, just listen to this, Don. What do you? This is where this world's headed, particularly in America. A court in Seattle ruled that the Olympus Spa, you listening to this? The Olympus Spa, which is a woman's only nude spa, it's a woman's only nude spa, must accept men signalling as women into the spa. The judgment came out and they said no, these people do not resemble males, so they do not resemble women, so they are not allowed to come in. They appealed, the people who wanted to go to the spa, a person called Haven Whitlich. Haven Whitlich. She He sued them, and they said no. The women's only nude spa now must accept people signalling as women.
Where is it?
It's in the Seattle judge ruled that.
That's in America.
It's in
That's
America.
wokeism again.
So you'd be in there with a biological female sitting there with nothing on, with the breastal areas out and the minge on full show, and suddenly a bloke walks in, just hanging slack. But he's signalling as a woman, so that's all right. But he's just got the old pendulum going, and the gongs down the bottom. Sits down, and you are expected to accept him. Can you believe this is what's happening over there? This is what's happening. It is extraordinary, isn't it? It's a pity our guest has just come in, has to listen to all this. So he's reading something, so he's not listening. And now I wonder.
Can we talk about something local?
Yes, Don.
I was driving up here this morning and I was thinking about Alistair Clarkson, the coach of North Melbourne. He's on sick leave at the moment.
Yeah.
Does he take a penalty? Does he take, well, I don't know whether it'd be sick leave. Well, does he still get paid whatever he had negotiated for his contract?
Well, I have no idea.
And how long is he out of action for?
Until some stage that the AFL led and the top office decide to take the competition by the throat and end this matter once and for all, rather than ducking behind and shirking their responsibility. I am talking about getting the matter over and done with, and rather than duck shoving and blaming everyone else except the people at the top. The buck stops with them.
You've taken it, you've gone off the other end. I'm talking about North Melbourne and Clarkson.
Yep.
Because they've also appealed. Brett Ratton, who's now the coach.
Yes.
Now, this is unbelievable. He was a part-time coach prior to. Now, North Melbourne were asking a week or two ago about an increase in the soft cap. So to include
soft what?
Soft cap, it's called. That's where the football expenses.
Soft what?
Soft cap, it's called.
Soft cap.
Yes, it relates to the football department. They're not allowed to go over a certain amount as far as expenditure is concerned. Now, Clarkson was full time. Brett Ratton, his assistant, was part time. I can't believe, because they couldn't afford him or put him under the soft cap. And North Melbourne are now asking, because they've got Brett Ratton as a coach, to increase their soft cap. So shouldn't Clarkson be taking a reduction in his wage if he's not there performing?
Well, if he's on sick leave because of...
Oh, come on, mate.
If he's on sick leave because of a situation that has got completely out of hand, that hasn't been finalised by the people who run this competition, that's the people in the top office of the AFL, rather than blaming everyone else, if they couldn't organise this and have this over and done with long ago and step to the line and do what they're meant to do, and that's run the competition properly, he wouldn't have to go on sick leave.
If I pose the question, if North Melbourne were in the 8, do you think he'd be taking sick leave? And also Damien Hardwick, if Richmond are in the 8. I don't see Fagan taking sick leave. He's got Brisbane up there fighting it out.